Dude, this stream been kicking my butt, man. This is like I think this is the third time I'm actually doing this, right? The first time I've been talking to myself for like 10 minutes straight until I realized that I haven't even start the stream yet. So I'm like, that sucks. And then so I started it, and then I realized that holy crap, I didn't plug my charger. So then my computer died upon me. So I'm like, oh my god. But anyway, so hey, third time's a charm, right? You know me, I'm persistent when that needs to be. So anyway, so how you guys doing? Hope everybody's doing good. Yeah, I'm just relaxing right now, chilling. I had the chance to binge on Power. Uh, like I finished the whole thing, and then I'm actually now on book 2. Dude, I gotta say, man, I have a lot of respect for 50 Cent. The way he's a very smart individual. You know, I have a lot of respect for him. But anyway, so now, um, you guys know what my channel is about, really. I talk about various things, culture stuff, relationship, politics. Sometimes, I guess many would claim that I'm a critic of the Manosphere, right? Which it's true. I am a critic of the Manosphere. I can be very critical of some of the rhetoric, some of the ideology that is uh, that is being um, that is being advertised in the Manosphere, um, for many reasons. One, a lot of these individual, when they are actually speaking about their ideology, they claim to be a representation of what I look like or of what I am, you know, and some of the talking points doesn't represent who I am. So therefore, I speak for who I am. I speak about my belief system. I speak about my moral ground, my moral stance, and my integrity. And also, I usually find it interesting where some of the some of the rhetoric, some of the complaint that they would actually have about the opposite sex is although uh, a lot of them I would agree with. However, it feels like when it comes to it, okay, it feels like this. A lot of these guys are complaining about the state of the culture which they find themselves in, right? The state of womanhood, the state of femininity, right? And they seems to be purposely unaware of the action which men have taken part into creating that atmosphere which they are not complaining about. And to go further than that is they actually now wants to continue to commit the same type of action that would only result to the same to the same environment. You know, so it doesn't matter where they claim that they want to go. It doesn't matter which culture that they want to put their flags in and build a new home for themselves. And it's like with the same mindset, you would only result to the same outcome, regardless of whichever culture you now want to claim as your own. You know, so it's like so whenever I sometimes listen to the criticism of some of these women and of also other men and stuff like that, and it's like some I agree with, some I don't agree with, but the result is the same. If you are complaining about Pookie, but yet you exhibiting Pookie behavior and you just call it something else, it's still Pookie behavior that would result to the Shaniqua which you hate so much, right? It doesn't matter, right? But now, whenever I bring about these type of conversation, whenever I actually talk about these things, I get some backlash. I get some backlash of people up in their feelings. That's when they want to call me a simp or coon or whatever, right? Just you name it. Which I have no problem with because it is your opinion. You have every reason to express your opinion, right? I mean, hey, sometimes I'm even courteous enough to allow you to express these opinion on my platform. But whenever these fail, when they have no standing in the conversation, and they get desperate, so the desperation leads to bringing about certain topic, or to bring about to bring about things that have nothing whatsoever to do with the conversation. And that's when they will talk about I get more views than you, I have more subscribers than you, I have more money than you. It's almost like it's like a Soldier Boy song. You Soldier Boy, tell him, Soldier Boy, you're penny. Oh, you. See, whenever I see these, whenever I see these counter argument, right, to the conversation, it's it's very amusing because these arguments are actually coming from in an emotional stance. It doesn't have any type of a logical bearing upon the discussion at hand. It just tells me that a you have a comprehend your level of your comprehension skills level is that of a third grader. So maybe perhaps that's why you constantly misrepresenting what I am saying, or maybe you purposely misrepresenting what I'm saying in order to actually make yourself feel better. So which is it? Are you an idiot, or are you it's just another case of Sophism? And two, a lot of time when they bring their financial wallet into the conversation, is because um they have no moral equity to contribute to the conversation that is being taking place. So then therefore they feel like their wallet, the size of their wallet, the size of their bank account somehow can shield them from the hurt emotion, from the criticism that is being espoused upon them. So then, therefore, it's saying that, well, I have that much money, so then, therefore, I'm immune to criticism, which it doesn't work that way. If that was the case, no one would be talking crap about Future unless they make as much money as Future. This dude got like what? He's on what? Baby Mama on number 6 or something. So no, your money don't mean nothing. But a lot of time, right? It's not usually what they're saying, but it's also what they're not saying. Because now, if I am to play along in that game, right, of the financial, the your wealth somehow makes you immune to criticism and whatnot, right? Or means that like, oh yeah, so I have more money than you, so then therefore my relationship is better than you, type of thing. Now, like, if money is what's keeping your relationship together, then I think you have way bigger problems to worry about than the opinion of a stranger, which you probably will never meet in real life. You have way bigger problems, man. So it's like, I see money this way, right? Is money and education like is a proper measuring tool for a healthy relationship? Hell no. There's like plenty of people with money, and for some weird reason, their relationship keeps falling apart. It's like, or sometimes they're just miserable in that relationship, and they constantly try. continue to look for validation from strangers rather than actually fixing the foundation of their relationship. You know, and I understand like the red pill. A lot of time they talk about before you get involved with anything serious and whatnot, make sure you get your things together, right? Make sure you get your money right, you get your you get your car, you know, you get your body in shape, so on and so forth, in order to put you in a better position to cast a wider net. And then so then therefore you'll be able to have your pick of the ladder, of the litter, I would say, right? Or better options. I mean, which is, it's not something that I'm actually against. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's like everything in life, there's always a pros and cons, because now when you get yourself with someone when you already had it all, right? Or you already all set. So then now you don't know whether or not that person is with you for you or is with you because of your wallet. And that insecurity tend to drive a lot of guys away and destroy something that actually potentially was good. So maybe your woman is with you just because of your money. Maybe that's true. Or maybe your woman actually like you because of who you are. You know? I mean, some qualities maybe you don't even realize that you have it within you. And that insecurity sometimes tend to lead to self-sabotage, right? Because you're now surrounding yourself with people that are whispering things in your ears that's actually making you doubt your own relationship. And then now you it's like you want to have one foot in the door and one foot outside of the door, because like, well, if this chick act up, you know, I'm gonna have like at least, you know, I could take a trip to the DR and stuff like that, and you know, and get me some hookers or something like that. You know, so you tend to surround yourself with those type of individual that's constantly trying to push you towards doing something that would actually potentially ruin your relationship, right? And a lot of married men, they actually go to great length to defend those type of individual, because those type of individual is around their circle, so they feel like they have to go to war for these people, which I get it, I understand, it's loyalty, right? So I get that part, right? But that would also sooner or later may cause the crack in in your foundation to widen, to get bigger, to the point where your relationship becomes a toxic place, because now you believe that your money should be enough to keep her in check, right? Your money should be enough to buy her submission, to buy her respect, to buy her loyalty. I mean, I guess it works sometimes. It does. I mean, think about it, right? Do you think Snoop's wife is going anywhere? No, she's not. This dude been cheating on her for like God knows how long, right? All type of things. She's not going nowhere because Snoop is actually providing a type of lifestyle where, um, yeah, I mean, even with a divorce, would she be all right? Yeah, but she rather to actually be with Snoop because there's only one Snoop, despite the fact that she probably don't even respect him anymore. Right? It's more like, yeah, whatever. All right, you cheated this time. All right, good. Just buy me a diamond ring. We'll just call it even. Right? Something like that. It's the same thing with when you see with Ti and Tiny. I don't think Tiny's going anywhere. You know, so it may work to a certain degree. You know, but it also showed the opposite, where so many people with plenty of money divorce their significant other. You know, the wife walk away from the relationship, money or not. Where, I mean, it's like the time where men believe that they can actually financially hold their women hostage in a relationship, that time has been long gone, right? Despite how much I am critical of feminism, right? And I believe feminism had contributed majorly into the downward spiral of marriage and or relationship altogether. However, I gotta say that is one thing they somewhat gotten right. A woman's ability to provide for herself. So then, therefore, a man's money, it should no longer be the main factor why she's with you. Because like now you got to ask yourself, well, if your money is the only thing that's keeping her in the relationship, is that truly a relationship which you really want to be in? Where you know that without that paper, without that ka-ching, without that, bling bling, that she would just look at you as just another fool, right? Because like I don't believe that money somehow makes you better or worse a human being. The only thing money does, it magnified who you truly are. If you are an a-hole, then having money just means that you are now a bigger a-hole. If you have a sex addiction, it just means that you now have more money towards prostitution or something of that sort. All right. If you are a drug addict, it just means that you have more money for you to get your fix. If it's like whatever you are within whatever your characteristic, money simply just makes it bigger, just amplify it. I mean, dude, did all that money stopped Cardi B from being a hood rat? No, it didn't. If you got to ask yourself, right? Let's say, okay, there was this feud between Cardi B and Candace Owen. If you have to choose, which company would you actually rather be in, Cardi B or Candace Owen? I would choose Candace Owen any day. I would actually enjoy Candace Owens' company way more than Cardi B. And it has nothing to do with their money and whatnot, because Cardi B's a hood rat. So it's the same thing with a lot of these guys when they want to bring about their money as an indicator of I'm better than you type of thing. It's like, okay. And it's very interesting where like someone you would claim to be better than, but yet spend a lot of time trying to convince that person that you are better than them. It's almost like it's why try so hard to impress strangers that you are better than? It doesn't make any sense. And you shouldn't allow a total stranger on the internet to actually have that type of power over you. You shouldn't. And it's like being able to have that self-respect means that you don't care about what other people think of you, right? So trying to over and over and over and over again try to validate your existence to someone that don't really care whether or not you exist, you are now end up spending way more energy than actually spending the energy into strengthening your relationship. And I get it. I understand the venomous attack, because you feel like the person is speaking out loud the thought of your subconscious, the insecurities that is actually coming out of his mouth, and now you feel that that emotional outburst where you want to shut down that person for actually speaking something that you wish no one would actually hear, your worst fear and whatnot. And the thing is, right, if let's say for instance, like if your the foundation of your relationship is not in the right place, whatnot, right, and you are now trying to, like, it doesn't matter how much assets you were able to accumulate, if she take half of that and be able to live without you, and then having those assets generate enough income, so all she can do is like, whether she doesn't have to work, or just work a part-time and she still be all right. And that is a scary part where I think a lot of men, they are afraid of commitment because all these things that can actually go wrong, right? And I get it to a certain degree. It's like the thing about life is um the only thing that is predictable is its unpredictability, right? So that's why it's like I don't have the answers that you're looking for, because every one of our journey is different. It's like it's personal. So you have to find out what works for you, just like I found out what works for me. So then, where I'm coming from, especially if I'm actually being critical of certain rhetoric, it's not coming from a place of hatred or a place of malice. I'm speaking for me because I don't think you represent who I am. So then I represent who I am, right? And maybe the person that you're with you for you, you know? And that insecurity that you may have to think that without your money, that she wouldn't be here. I think once you dwell on that perspective too much, you might make it become a reality to the point where you feel like you try to buy her love and her affection. You try to buy her her respect for you. When in turn, in order for her to respect you, is be yourself. Not the macho, the BS, you know, self-loading, egotistical male that you're pretending to be. You know, just be yourself for her. Be your true self. The one that, like, maybe she had seen that spark and fell in love with it. But instead of actually constantly listening to people that really don't have your best interests at heart, right? That is constantly try to bring a wedge between you and your family and whatnot. And then whatever you believe, whatever seeds they were able to plant in your head, if you continue on that path, then it will get worse and worse. Right? So look, don't try to buy your wife's affection. Don't try to buy your wife's love and whatnot. Is it good to be a good provider? Hell yeah, of course it is. But there's more to a relationship than just money. There's more to a relationship than just the size of your wallet, how many cars you have, how many materialistic things that you own. You'll be surprised how much your mentality play a huge role on whether or not your wife, whether or not your woman respects you. You know, just I don't know. But anyway, so I'm not keeping you guys for long. So that was a short one. Well, technically, I don't know how short it is. Anyway, so this is Arbanaka. So make sure you hit the like button. And to the rest of you guys out there, don't compare yourself to others. Don't. I mean, you can use others as I guess, sometime as an inspiration, but the only person that you're actually competing is yourself. You are competing with the person that you were yesterday, not the person, not what someone else is. If you get my drift, right? Basically, it's this, right? As long as you know that you're actually making progress in your personal life, then that's all that matter. You know, it's like, continue doing your research. Don't see yourself as a victim. Continue to thrive. And if you actually get knocked down in life over something, just get up and try again. Change your pattern, change your game and whatnot. But keep trying. Don't see yourself as a rape victim. It's like life is not fair. There are a lot of things that is outside of your control. And there are sometimes you will get hurt. And sometimes things will work out. But continue to thrive to be a better human being, first and foremost. Right? Materialism is important, but not as important as your integrity, not as important as your moral ground, not as important as some of the BS that a lot of these guys try to force down upon you, as if that is what it is to be manhood. You define who you are as a person. You are your own spokesperson, no one else. You know, and if you don't agree with something, you don't agree with it. If you agree with something, you agree with it. Simple as that, right? You blah blah blah, so on and so forth, because they are simply taking out their insecurities upon you, and that speaks a lot about them than actually speaks about you. But anyway, so Arbanaka, share, like, comment, subscribe. Peace. Yeah. Finally finish it. Oh man. I was hoping I didn't have to do that another time again. So good. All right, guys. I'm out of here. Make sure you hit the like button. Peace.